Failure to give information upon striking a highway fixture. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Okay.
Yes, Judge. On December 28, 2024, the officer was dispatched to apartments in Harris County, Texas, in regard to a single vehicle accident that hit the mailbox of a residence. The officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle with heavy front end damage, but did not locate any driver or occupants inside the vehicle. During an inventory, the officer located the defendant's photo ID and Texas utility bill that came back to the defendant's name and address, approximately 1.4 miles from the accident. The registered owner of the mailbox came back to the defendant of the utility bill and his address. The officer went to the defendant's residence, noticed the garage door open and garage interior to the residence wide open. The officer made contact at the residence, wanted to make sure the motor vehicle was not stolen and wanted to make sure the owner of the vehicle was okay. The officer went inside the residence after knocking and announcing his presence several times under the community caretaking doctrine, and the officer made contact with the defendant asleep in the living room. The defendant woke up in
Whoa.
Yes, Judge. It was because they had...
Whoa.
Yes, the vehicle was damaged and he wanted to make sure the driver was okay. So he announced himself and went into the residence because the door was wide open.
Wow.
And then it was after that he saw the defendant asleep in the living room, and the defendant woke up and immediately said the car accident, that he did not cause any injuries or any trouble, and that he was driving his motor vehicle 2 to 3 hours prior, and that he was on his way to drop it off at a mechanic when his vehicle was hit. The defendant called the insurance company, and the defendant walked home because no one arrived on scene, and the defendant was going to pick up his motor vehicle in the morning. And the officer made contact with the complainant, who stated she heard a loud bang and observed damages, approximately $1,025.
So, are you telling me that he did stay though?
No. What happened, Your Honor, is that he struck the mailbox at the apartment, and the defendant said that he called his insurance. No one came to the scene, so he walked home. And the officer, when he arrived, saw the empty...
Did he make an attempt to make a phone call at the scene to anyone?
All he said is that he called the insurance company. That's the only person that he had stated he called. And then after that, he walked home because no one arrived on scene. And then that's when the officer arrived and saw his empty vehicle damaged. And then he found a utility bill and an ID.
I have so many questions. Let's do this. I'm going to appoint you a lawyer, or you have a lawyer, right? Let's do this. I'm going to hold off on finding probable cause at the moment. Let me wait for your lawyer to get here. We'll revisit PC here momentarily. Just go ahead and take a seat for me if you don't mind in the jury box. Yeah? Let's wait for your lawyer to get here and then we'll go forward. Go for it. Okay. Ball's in your court.
Your Honor, Mr. Biagas, when he climbed to the mailbox pole, he didn't stop. He got out of the car. There's no one to talk to. And so from there, he went to his residence, Your Honor. But, it's not a case where he didn't identify himself or anything. And then we don't know what the restitution amount's going to be for the mailbox.
My concern was that according to the statute, right, it says that you're supposed to, I don't even know.
Take reasonable steps to locate and notify the owner or person in charge of the property of the collision.
What time was this? The middle of the night?
$1:50 in the morning.
I don't think it'd be reasonable to knock on anyone's door. I don't think anyone would open.
I mean, reasonable steps. You know where the person lives. You hit their mailbox. It would be pretty easy to walk up and knock on the door.
Is that reasonable? I mean, if you go up to someone's door at 2 in the morning and you start knocking on the door, are you going to scare the...
Probably, Judge, but I would want to know if it were my mailbox and somebody ran their car into it.
Would you open the door and go out?
I would look through the peephole and I'd see.
I guess there are other measures I guess you could take theoretically.
Something.
Right. I guess leave.
Right.
Maybe leave a note on the door.
Okay. All right. Mr. Biagas, come up. I mean, reasonable measures, right? And I guess that would. Have you run his license? See if he has a valid Texas driver license.
It's an out-of-state Florida license that appears valid in our system.
Okay. Mr. Biagas, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you not to drive any vehicle unless you have car insurance in your name. Do you understand? If I find that you're driving without a license and or liability insurance in your name, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand? Okay. You've got a lawyer. Listen to your lawyer. He'll take care of you. I will waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you have to stay in touch with Mr. Pham, and he'll tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you or you pick up a new case, I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. You understand? Okay, guys. Any conditions you think?
I'm okay with your conditions, Judge. Just no driving without
Yeah,
insurance.
just
Law
be
violation.
careful out there, okay?
He does have insurance. Can you rip the CW and
Yes.
then we can settle it?
You did have insurance,
Yes.
hopefully.
Yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful. Great. Okay, all right, man. Take care. Have fun. You picked up a new case, Miss Simmons.
Simmons
Irvin, we're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You now stand charged with the offense of criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine.
Yes, Judge. The officer was dispatched to a club in Harris County, Texas in response to a disturbance. The complainant, an employee of the club, told officers that she had asked the defendant to leave and the defendant refused. The defendant had been trespassed by another officer the day prior, and the complainant stated the defendant continues to return to the location. During the incident, when the complainant told the defendant to leave, the defendant stated, "Leave me alone or I will hit you in the head." The defendant told officers that everyone at the location was trespassing and that she should have been given a pink paper in order to be trespassed.
Okay, ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. You've picked up a new case. The only thing I asked you to do was not pick up a new case, and now you've done it. So what happens now? Corey?
Judge, I'm going to ask for you to allow her to remain on bond. The state hasn't filed, if that's what you're getting at. The state hasn't, the state hasn't filed a motion to revoke bond. I'm not prepared for it. If they have, that's for time for a hearing to be set. So we can, have a hearing based on evidence. She hasn't violated the bond conditions, from the previous case as far as they relate to going to the
But she
housing authority.
has, though. One of the conditions is behave yourself, give no facts or rise to probable cause so that you violate any new laws. She's now picked up a new case.
What it is related to your very specific orders about her not to go back to the address where her apartment was or the Houston Housing Authority address. She's complied with those terms.
But if I let her go now, that's enabling this behavior and telling her it's okay.
Well, Judge, I think it would be punitive if you put her in jail as opposed. Well, that's not the purpose of bond, right? It's community safety and the community.
She's threatening people allegedly there to beat them in the head. She won't leave.
That's hearsay. Let me do the talking.
Taking you into custody, man.
Judge, that's hearsay. I think we're entitled to a hearing.
Yes, I'll give you a hearing. Sure. Whatever you want.
My arm is broke.
I don't know how else to, she's gonna do whatever she wants to do. How am I supposed to handle it?
I'm not a threat to the community, so I'm not understanding, and as I said, that is hearsay. Is there any way, can you subpoena the cameras? Because I didn't threat anybody, and there is also multiple witnesses that was there as well.
Sure. So that's my job. That's not the judge's job, and I'll do that just like I've done for the previous case.
So,
Judge, can we allow her to remain on bond until we have an actual hearing following the rules?
I haven't been around the.
Following the rules of evidence for bond revocations.
Here's what we'll do, Corey. What I'm going to do is I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test now. If you fail to take the test, if you fail to do what you're supposed to do, I am going to revoke your bond and put you in jail. I'm now putting a GPS monitor on you and I'm giving you a curfew of 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Do you understand?
Okay, 1 second. I'm homeless because they have refused to let me back into my apartment.
I'm not going to talk to you. This is not a negotiation.
No, I'm
It's
not.
either you follow the conditions of bond or I'm going to revoke it and put you in jail.
Okay.
This is better
So
than being in
whatever
jail,
you want.
unless you want to be in jail.
Your lawyer's asking me not to put you in jail now.
Well, how long
You
will I be in
picked
jail?
the case.
Until November the 22nd.
No, I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test now. We are going to reset this case until Monday.
That's the-
You were to come back Monday so we can address it. In the
I
interim,
did consume alcohol. Well, not anytime soon, so that's fine.
I want you to listen. I'm going to put a GPS monitor on you and I'm giving you a curfew of 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Do you understand?
Where is my curfew supposed to be from is the question. Because if I'm currently homeless and I am sleeping on the city streets, residing because they refused to let me back into my apartment.
I
Where,
know what you're doing.
where is that supposed to be at?
That's what these conditions I'm giving you, ma'am.
It'll be within an exclusion zone. We do GPS within exclusion zones. Since we
Sure.
Have a permanent
Oh, okay.
address in.
But I don't. I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'm gonna randomly test you, but I'm saying you now for a test, you're to come back Monday. Do you understand?
That's fine.
Okay, I'm giving you a monitor on your ankle. I don't want you going to any clubs, bars, or any things of this nature. Do you understand?
That's fine.
Thank you, Judge.
See you Monday.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sending her now for a test. I want to know what, if anything,
Where do I go to take this test?
she'll tell you.
Curfew's 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Okay, so if she's homeless, we need a home base for the GPS to observe people.
That's what I was trying to say.
She's got to live in somewhere. Got to be
I
living.
don't have friends or family or nothing, so that's what I'm saying.
You put your head somewhere down at night.
Yeah, on the city streets.
We'll get an address for it. Thank you, Judge. It's better than jail.
Yeah, it's not gonna be exaggerated either.